Welcome everyone, Maxim here, and in this video we will be checking out secret bosses in Warframe, those located in Sanctum Anatomica, Holvenia, Mercury and Perita. We will discuss how to start these encounters, how to successfully complete them, and of course, what rewards you can get from them. Let's get started. Each secret boss is a reinforced variant of the base version. Besides becoming a bullet sponge, they also have enhanced attacks, sometimes even a brand new ones, but of course these encounters drop unique items. The primary reward for the boss fight is Sumdali. This is a decoration for your landing craft, which you can attach in the front of your spaceship. Additionally, you can obtain 6 unique glyphs from each of those bosses. Each glyph represents a specific Warframe, and to obtain a specific glyph, you must defeat a given boss in solo mode on the steel path with that Warframe. So let's start with the Fragmented One, the secret boss on Sanctum. Sumdali for defeating this boss looks like this. And to earn unique glyphs here, you will need to defeat him solo on the steel path using Vauban, Mirage, Gauss, Protea, Sevagov or Jade. During the assassination mission, Fibonacci will task you with collecting 30 eyes, generated by Vitrium scanners, which you must power up with a special serum. Eyes marked in red must be released from the murmur hands to be collected. But when you have 30, you don't stop there. To summon the Fragmented One, you must collect a total of 60. Once you've collected eyes in one room, pick up the nearest serum. Then you will see a waypoint to the nearest active scanner. You can even pick up one with Warframe and another with Operator. That make things faster in the next room. For quick kills of large enemy groups, I recommend Zoris or Incarnatorid. The more enemies you kill near the scanner, the faster it will detect more eyes. Once you have 60, you can head to the arena. To make things easier, summon some specters just before the fight. Shield Osprey, Ancient Healer and Dante's Spectre are great options. Railjack Crewman is also good. During the fight, jump and earthlight as often as you can. Avoid the arms that stick off the ground around the boss. Watch out for the arms hanging on the sides or walls. They throw rubble very accurately. If you see lasers aimed at you, which after a moment fire a powerful beam, try to hide behind the boss. This will stun him for a moment. Sometimes the boss will swing a piece of his own body at you. Use Rolling Guard to avoid damage from this attack, otherwise it will be very difficult. The second phase isn't much different from the first. More mobs will start running around, that's it. This boss fight can take place in one of 3 arenas. Now you can see, in my opinion, the most convenient one. The other 2 have very limited space for fighting and dodging. And here are the builds I used. Shield Regeneration and Rolling Guard are absolutely necessary. Arcane Nullifier is also a good protection. As for weapon, I recommend Incarnatorid or Burston. In Torrid you can use Firestorm, but it is still great without it. If you like, you can switch Zoris to Arcatitron or Incarnon Magistar, with builds for heavy ground slams with melee influence. Both of them can also do the job. And instead of Worm, which will support your shields, you can use Kavadvaska with the Transfusion mod to get a revive. On the Operator, use Vazarin and Magus Firewall. By hiding in the void for 6 seconds, you create a cover in critical situations. Let's move on to the next secret boss, the H09 Apex tank on Holvenia. Defeating it on the steel path will reward you with this Sumdali, and going solo using Excalibur, Mag, Volt, Nyx, Trinity or Sight will reward you with these glyphs. Your task is to destroy 2 gates with launchers and then deal with the tank. Launchers are obtained from special units, which can be summoned using transponders on marked consoles. Those items are dropped by regular enemies. But before you do this, once you have the transponder, look for a console other than the one marked. Nearby each gate, at least 1 additional console will be located in the random spot. It won't be marked, but you can use transponder in it. This will cause the special marker to appear under the map. After hacking 2 of these unmarked consoles, a reinforced tank will appear in the arena. Sometimes both consoles are already near the first gate, and sometimes one is near the first and the other near the second. Before entering the arena, use some specters to distract your opponents. Shield Osprey and Ancient Healer are great options, but I also recommend Railjack Crewman and Dante's Spectre. You can use the latter from the beginning of the mission. It is one of the best Warframe specters in the game. About weapons, I recommend Incarnon Latron Wraith, Latum and Tenet Exec. The first one strips armor during the first and second boss fight phase. Latem is used to destroy the tank's weak points, while Exec is for dealing damage, jump and heavy ground slam towards the tank, not directly at him. You can charge the incarnate form of your primary and secondary while destroying the gates. In Tenet Exec, use Melee Crescendo and stack a permanent ×12 combo multiplier, with finishers on maps pulled into Vazarin's second ability Vortex. It takes a while, but the effects are phenomenal. Alternatively, you can also use Heavy Ground Slam with Incarnate Magistar. And here are the builds. If you are having trouble, use Rolling Guard, crouch using the operator to hide in the void, or let Dante's Spectre create Overguard on you. Arcane Nullifier will protect your shields from the boss magnetic pulses. Latron is for its final evolution to strip armor. Remember to do this in both phases. In Latem, I recommend a non-crit build. Make a Tenet Exec build for heavy ground slams. If you'd like to use Incarnate Magistar, it might have a similar build. Plus, of course, Vazarin. And for even more chaos on the battlefield, Panzerwulpafeila, with the mod for healing the owner. The next is secret boss on Mercury, Janus Vor. Here's Sumdali for defeating him on the steel path with a team and/or any other random Warframe, and you will receive a special glyphs for defeating him solo with Korra, Atlas, Hildren, Limbo, Chroma or Citrine. During the mission, move around the map using the operator. You need to find 4 glyphs like these. When playing as a Warframe, they are invisible. They will give you the knowledge to crack the code of the secret console. Each glyph is a pair of symbols. To know full code, you need to find 4 of these pairs of symbols. Or just take a screenshot of this code, or memorize it, because it is always the same, and you don't have to look for these symbols at all. After hacking the console and entering the arena, a secret Vor will appear. Try to be constantly moving. Use some incarnate weapon here. I recommend Incarnate Dual Toxicist, but Fenmore would be also good. Vor likes to teleport, so it is also good to use something that will do some slash status, to prevent him from regaining shields. Glaive Prime for example. After the first phase, 9 Eximus units will appear, which are a great opportunity to fully stack Arcane Escapist with Parazon hits. This will protect you from dying up to 3 times. You only need 1 Arcane at rank 0 to have this effect. In the second phase, there are more area attacks. Be constantly moving and watch out for your surroundings. Rolling Guard will be very useful here, as well as Vazarin skills. After the second phase, you have to go through 2 corridors with lasers. Slide under or jump over them. In phase 3 and 4, you need to jump even more, but you can also wall latch. Watch out for the yellow electric spheres, shoot them immediately you see one. Before the last phase, you have to destroy 2 turrets hanging on the walls. They shoot where you were standing a moment earlier, so it is not hard to avoid them. Additionally, you can block 1 turret by hiding behind the Vor, and then destroy the other one. In the last phase, there are more attacks that you already know from the previous one. And these are the builds I used. Warframe build will always work, it is universal. Injecting Grendel's Nourish from Helminth segment will increase damage and energy gain. A companion can also be useful. Sentinel with Sacrifice and Regen mod, or Vaska Kavat with Transfusion mod. In the Dark Refactory on Perita, you can find a secret boss fight. This mode is called The Guilty, and for completing it on the steel path, you will receive this Sumdali. You can earn glyphs for solo runs done with Ember, Caliban, Noko, Ash, Wisp and Oberon. This mode is more unique than others, because you unlock it outside of the mission itself. Using Uriel, head to the Dark Refactory on Sanctum Anatomica, downstairs below Bird 3. Find Lotus there, and bow or deep bow to her. This unlocks the secret boss fight. There are 3 stages in total: Vanguards, 2 Dactylists and Handholas. Stage 1 consists of 5 waves. Wave 1 through 4 feature 1 or 2 opponents in turn. The 5th wave, all 7. Ash, Protea, Caliban, Ember, Volt, Mesa and Trinity. The latter, however, is in every wave as a secondary enemy. Nevertheless, it's worth taking her out first, as she regularly heals your enemies. Vanguards not participating in a given wave will constantly attack you one after another. Beware especially of Volt's shield and skill blocking beams, and Ember who deals the most damage. As for the fight, defeating Caliban and Volt is more annoying than difficult. Before Ash attacks, you will see bright 1 or 2 triangles above your head. Hide in the operator to avoid damage. Protea's turrets constantly fire at you, but they are easy to destroy. Mesa only fires forward, so just step aside. You can attack them with Tauren Strike, I recommend Madurai, but use it sparingly. I suggest using it during 2nd and 5th wave, inflicting viral status on the bosses with a weapon or companion to maximize damage. Second stage. Pair of Dactylists plus smaller enemies you could use to revive yourself with the operator if you fall. A wall of fire occasionally rolls through the arena, simply jump over it. Main thing in this fight is that the Dactylists heal each other if one goes down, so you have to take them out simultaneously. Bonk them a little, maintain viral status on them, and then use Tauren Strike to finish them in one go, as the Tauren won't recharge again in this stage. The third stage has two parts. First, shoot up the Synovia on the sides of Hanholo's legs. You can attack his legs after each destroyed Synovia. The third Synovia is on his chest. Small sentients will fly around, which you could use to revive yourself. The final part is the Arcwing. Don't fly too far back or to the sides, or you will be inflicted with the magnetic status. Try to move slightly to the side when you see the lasers aimed at you. Aim for Hanholo's forehead and shoot the special spheres that appear around him from time to time. Destroyed, they significantly reduce boss health. As for equipment, here I recommend Amesha. Use energy restore from your gear and keep the 4th skill always on, to be invincible. As gun, use Imperator Vandal. For the rest of the game, I recommend this Warframe build. Regularly roll and hide in the operator. For weapons, I recommend the Incarnate Burston with Viral, Tenet Exec for heavy ground slams. It creates a waves of explosions in front of you that deal damage even to the flying enemies. As companion, Panzerwulpafila. Fight primarily with the Exec and apply Viral with Burston or the Cat. And that's all in this video. If you have any questions, the comment section is yours. You can also check out one of my streams on Twitch, link to the channel is in the description. See you next time, bye.